What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. I am your gracious host, Jeff Rose, and with today's video, we've got another economic stimulus check update. So for those that didn't check out the last video, I did say that I would not do another video unless there were some updates, and there have been some updates. So with today's video, I'm going to address on where some of these updates that have occurred, as well as I want to share 5 reasons why there could be a second economic stimulus check and give those reasons and my reactions in response to those reasons. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So what has been going on? Well, it's been going back and forth. This is the HEROES Act that we're talking about right now. So this is the second stimulus check that's being discussed. This is the one that passed the House. And for a while now, the Trump administration says, yeah, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. Well, just over the weekend, actually, President Trump himself says that he wants at least a $2 trillion for the next stimulus package. And the reason he's saying this because right now, the HEROES Act that did pass the House with the Democrats, everything that's in that current bill is a $3 trillion package. So what he's saying is, all right, I'm recognizing that maybe we need a stimulus package, but I'm not willing to do 3 trillion. I am willing to do 2 trillion. Now this is interesting because for Trump to come out and say that he's willing for the bill to be 2 trillion, I mean, this is going against what was stated earlier by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, where he was saying that he was looking at a $1 trillion package, which you can see here, trying to highlight without clicking the link. So back a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, his majority leader was saying 1 trillion. Trump is now saying 2 trillion. And this is actually, I won't say coming directly from him, but this is coming from the White House trade advisor, Pete Navarro. And he's the one that's saying, they are focusing on a package that would be at least $2 trillion. Like, that's still a lot of money, but it is $1 trillion less than what the Democrats are proposing. And just trying to put that in perspective, right? $1 trillion less? Like, I don't think I can even fathom that number. I'm sure that's probably hard for you to fathom as well. But like, that's currently what has been discussed. And for the first time, it's actually out in the public that this is what they are looking at. Here's some more information on what Navarro had to provide. I'll go ahead and highlight this here so you can read it. And let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. It says, Navarro said House Speaker Nancy Pelosi would like a $3 trillion package. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell would like a $1 trillion package. But President Donald Trump would like a package of at least $2 trillion that is strategically focused around the president's I repeat, 2 simple rules. Buy American, hire American, along with incentives for American companies to bring offshored jobs back home. So that's what Trump is saying. He's saying, listen, this is what I'm about. These are my 2 rules. This is what we're going to do. But if we're going to do that, it has to fall in line with being in this $2 trillion range. Now, funny enough, as all that's being discussed, we've got Ed Malarkey. I said malarkey. It is a bunch of malarkey. My bad. No, sorry. But Mr. Ed Markey is calling for the $2,000 a month stimulus checks. This is the same thing. I can't remember what the monthly economic stability something. I don't know. One of those acronyms. This is the one that Bernie Sanders also proposed. And I think Kamala Harris also was in on this. So he was in the news again talking about this package. And I think right now, just based what's going on with the economy and what's going on with just our nation. We obviously are coming out all the riots and the looting like that, for the most part, has passed. And there's some more stuff going on in Atlanta. Somebody that just excessive force was used. And I mean, that's a whole other story. But right now, we're also seeing coronavirus cases starting to surge again. For those that don't know, I reside here in the Nashville area, and we were on phase 2 of reopening everything. We were supposed to be moving on to phase 3, but now we're seeing spikes again. Not maybe nearly as bad as other cities, but nonetheless, like, it is definitely concerning, what's going on. And my fear is that we are going right back to phase 1. Instead of recommending that we social distance or quarantine yourself, like, you know, it's going to be required, be mandatory, which I don't even want to go there, but it just, I don't, right now, that just seems like we have no other option, unfortunately, but time will tell. So that's, you know, some of the updates. You know, Trump just, this is what he's proposing, $2 trillion, you know, hire American, buy American, hire American, keep everything in America, make America great again, all that good stuff. But other than that, you know, I also wanted to share this article that I came across, and just looking at, you know, what are some of the reasons, what are some of the signs that suggest that another stimulus check is coming or could come. And, you know, right now, the CARES Act, that's the one that has passed. The HEROES Act is the one that we're waiting for the Senate to approve, which it hasn't. They're not even going to look at this thing until after July 17th. This is what I talked about in my previous video. But point number one, economic recovery is expected to be slow. And I'm going to go ahead and increase that so you can see the size. And I think this one is so true. And in what we're seeing right now, you know, we saw with the CARES Act, you know, the first $1,200 check, most of that money that was used, you know, that was just to take care of bills, take care of rent and mortgage and groceries. You know, there were certain areas of our economy and certain sectors that weren't affected in a good way. You know, I talked about, you know, long-term perishable goods, or durable goods, excuse me, where you had your appliances and automobiles, and, you know, there are certain industries that didn't get that stimulus. So all that money was used just to take care of just the necessities right now, you know, because people have been quarantined, or they've been out of work, or they've been laid off. You know, that's some of the things that we're seeing now. All right, point number two is that the unemployment benefit is expiring soon. And this is one of the reasons why many people felt that there would be a second stimulus package, why the HEROES Act would pass. You know, right now with the CARES Act, the $600 weekly payment is set to expire at the end of July, so July 31st. And for many people, like, that has been a godsend. You know, they can't go to work. Their business shut down, or they don't have childcare to be able to go to work. And getting that $2,400 a month is the only thing that they've had to make ends meet. And with the CARES Act, with that expiring at the end of July, many people are like saying, like, what's going to happen now? Especially if we go back to phase one, where everything is locked down. So I think this is just another reason why not that you can depend on it, but a good chance this second stimulus package is going to pass. So that's the second reason. The third reason is President Trump says he's asking for additional stimulus money. You know, and this kind of just supports the article I just talked about, where Trump is saying $2 trillion. He is asking for money. He's recognizing that, I hope he's recognizing, I hope this is not just like a media play and I'm just going to say what everybody wants to say, but then there's no action. But nonetheless, I mean, he's putting it out there. He's saying he's willing to address that, okay, something needs to be out there. I don't really like the current proposal, but I'm willing to recognize that we've got to do something. So that is reason number three. Reason number four is White House economic advisor, the odds of another stimulus package are very, very high. And this is something that we talked about in the past. Economic advisor Kevin Hassett, you know, told the Wall Street Journal this. It's been said a few times, and there've been several YouTube videos that have taken that quote and just say, oh, it's a done deal. It's gonna happen. It's a sure thing. You know, as we all know, like, it ain't done until it's done. But nonetheless, like, now we had him saying it. You know, even Steve Mnuchin, even though he's only at 1 trillion, he's saying, like, he's willing to look at that number. Now Trump is saying 2 trillion. So there is more and more support growing for a second package. And the fifth and final reason is many fear a big second wave of coronavirus cases. And this is the one that I feel is probably the most concerning of them all, is because we've already seen what the first wave did. Like, we see like how it decimated our economy and how people lost jobs and businesses shut down. I mean, there's so many local businesses that haven't reopened, you know, due to COVID-19, due to coronavirus. And we're seeing even like the mall that's fairly close to our, I think I read just the other day that they only received like 27% of their rent for the month of May. And there's no way that they're going to be able to survive if that continues. And it's going to be a chain reaction of other businesses that are going to fail, which in turn means that more people are going to get laid off. And if there is no other help in the form of at least continued unemployment benefits, you know, the $1,200 check, like that's for the most, like that's just a drop in the bucket. You know, it's those unemployment benefits. And that's why there's been talk of this get back to work bonus, you know, some incentive for people to go back to work instead of sitting home and collecting unemployment. But if we go back to phase one because all these cases are increasing, then, you know, how can you give somebody an incentive to go back to work when there's nowhere to go to work to? Because they don't have a company to go to. They don't have the business to go to. Like yeah, they would love to go back to work. They would love to get paid, also get this bonus, but when there's nowhere to go, you know, you can't capitalize on that. So if that is not going to be an option, then what is going to be an option? And that's why there has to be more talks. There has to be more talks about what is going to happen. What is the government going to do? The last update, you know, saying we're not even going to talk about this until July. You know, it's June 16th, so we've got, you know, roughly 14, 15 days until then. But I think the reality is that you might not pass anything until later July, but they're going to start having some real conversations right now. I mean, it should have already been done, which I guess it's kind of been done, but now it's time to get serious. Now it's time to have some real conversations about what are we going to do as a country. What are we going to do? So that's what we got going on right now. At least we've got some more announcements. You know, Trump saying he's willing to do $2 trillion in a next package. I mean, 2 million, 3 trillion, whatever. As long as there's something out there that's going to help the American people, because right now we're hurting. We need it. We need some help. We need something, right? I know you all need something. I know many of you are still waiting for that first check, and I admire and appreciate your patience on that. And yeah, so that's what we got going on right now. So if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. Got more content coming your way. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time.